Hey sports fans, welcome to week 2 of the best high school track podcast in the solar system. Noah Laxina, Mary York, Christian Pedersen. Scoot in a little bit everyone just in case I didn't frame us right. All right, we're all friends here. So guys, we have stayed up in the North County. We are catching some sun out here at Rancho, Bernardo. We got the Costa Canyon RB going on behind us. So we'll get to the interviews, we'll send out the photos, we'll do all that. But right now, let's talk about the rest of the county. We said that at some point during the year, we would try to get a little bit of love out there to everybody. So Noah, let's just get straight into it, man. You got some shout outs?
Yeah, first I want to shout out Coy Ellis and Keenan Christian, number 1 and number 2 in the county in the 100 meter. We knew that they were top runners going into this season. But, man, in poor weather conditions to run 10.82 and 10.85, I mean, I can't imagine what they would have ran on a beautiful, nice, sunny day otherwise in San Diego. So I expect them to continue to keep the ball rolling, PR all year. And then I want to shout out Davey Folsom, who we know as a successful lineman in San Diego, but he's actually the number 1 shot putter. So shout out to the throwers out there. How to give Davey Folsom some love.
Yeah, I misintroduced this. This isn't just the track. This is the track and field podcast because we do like both of them. Mary, what do you got?
So I've got a family angle here. Garrett and Jacob Sanford are like a second apart from each other in stats this week, which is always exciting. They're La Costa Canyon. I want to see who wins today, who beats the other one.
Now let me ask you this, guys, just for the people out there that are maybe tuning in that aren't like die-hard track fans. Noah, you talk about PRs and inclement weather and whatnot. What's the progression over a season? You know, because a lot of people will say, you know, play your best ball at the end of the year, play your best ball at the end of the year. But is this something where that you do see people continuously shaving off a tenth and a tenth and a tenth, or is this something where you got to be ready because any given day in the season could be your best day?
Yeah, every track and field person knows that on any given day you could have a great PR, and I think during the season, traditionally, you want to progress every single week, get that first mark up, and then continuously beat it throughout the season. So by the time CIF State rolls around, you're peaking. But if you have a great first time in the beginning of the year, start to struggle, then CIF prelims comes around, you can think back to yourself and say, hey, on that day, I came to play. I did what I had to do that day, and that could give people confidence when it comes to CIF prelims, and then they could actually make a run at winning a championship as well.
Well, you know, and a season in hindsight, you kind of look at it two ways, because on the one hand, you can say, oh yeah, I did this at CIF, or I placed this at CIF, but like looking back, you can say, oh, my PR in high school, junior year or senior year was this, and so the PR matters too. So every meet you come out all season long, that's what you're going for, is the PR.
Next question is, when we're looking across team-wise, you know, we talked Olympian last week being they're a running team, they're a sprint team, they're a track team, they're not necessarily a field team. On the other side, Poway, they had great pole vaulters. So what's that mix for in terms of when we're really talking about an elite team? What are we talking about?
Oh, an elite track and field team, they're well-rounded in all events. I mean, they're not just sprint heavy, distance heavy, field heavy. I mean, they have top five athletes at like each event, and I think that's what makes the most well-rounded track team, is the ones that actually win the team CIF championship are the ones that are balanced across the board.
Yeah, I think so. Last week, Poway and Olympian, they're both pretty sprint-heavy teams, which is an exciting matchup because you know sprints are going to be great. La Costa Canyon and Rancho Bernardo are those teams that are really they've got it all going on. So it's going to be a great afternoon all afternoon.
So let me ask you this. I'm going to put you guys on the spot here, and we'll end this, and then we'll go actually talk to the athletes. Give me 2 teams that you think everyone needs to know about this year, and then give me one dark horse team that might sneak their way into the work.
I'm gonna have to go.
Actually, you know what? We went with you first for all the questions, so I'll give Mary the first crack at that one. Sorry.
Okay, honestly, I've got my eye on La Costa Canyon just because they do have Carson Lippert, who's phenomenal. I don't actually have a dark horse yet. It's early in the season.
Come on, pick a random school.
Gosh.
Just, I promise I will embarrass myself and pick a random school. Also, just pick one.
You know what? Okay, I want to say Sweetwater just because they've got like a special place in my heart for like non-stat reasons, and I'm hoping that they're going to do really well. So that's my answer.
Okay, so we got LCC is the team you need to know. Sweetwater is the team you want to know. Noah?
Madison. Shout out Daniel Stokes, Keenan Christian. They have a great relay team. They're top in the county. And, you know, they're very sprint-heavy school, but, I mean, personally, I like the sprint, so I got to shout them out.
That's what's up.
And then I want to shout out Otay Ranch, traditionally, Coach Cummings, great track and field coach. He has a tradition of having a lot of successful long-distance runners, so I'm excited to see them as well.
I'll throw another couple teams into that mix. I always like San Marcos. They are always a deep team in terms of just the, like you talk about having a little bit of everything. Student body is large, and it does play into that factor that you'll see Cathedral, San Marcos, schools like LCC, Rancho Bernardo, the little bit larger ones that tend to have another one. Another one I'd like to see have a good year this year is Mount Carmel.
Ooh.
They tend to host big. And
number one runner win the 100 meter in the county.
That's what I'm saying. So Mount Carmel is another one not to be caught sleeping on this year. Let us know what you guys think, though. Tweet at us at Mr. CPED.
At Noah_Lax 2017.
At a girl named Mary.
The show is SD Prep Insider. We'll be back in a little bit. Or, I don't say there's no commercials. It's just a transition and then the next group of interviews. So we'll be back in literally 2 seconds with some interviews, talking to kids all day long. Thanks for sticking with us for all your track and field needs, folks. This is fun, right?
Oh
yeah, this is
fun.
Having a
great time. Week 2.
All right, hey everybody, Mary York here with Joshua Farmer. How you doing?
Great. Thank you.
You had a much more animated response before we turned the camera on.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you're here. You said this is your training day for the decathlete because you're in a ton of his stuff. What are you competing in?
So I'm in the long jump, 110 hurdles, 100 and discus today.
And what are you most excited about?
The 100. They got a good sprinter over there at LCC, and I don't usually get to run the one, but it's gonna be fun.
Cool. Okay, so now you're a pretty decent hurdler, and I know that you do the 110 and the 300. Which do you prefer more?
I like the 300 hurdles because I'm more of a mid-distance kind of sprinter than I am a short, and yeah, I think it's more a mental event, and I like the mental events. It's fun.
Yeah, you don't meet many decathletes, so tell us, what does it take to do something that, the track and field are so different. You're all over the board here, so it is mental, it is physical. What does it take for you to be this kind of athlete?
It just takes a lot of hard work. Like, I'm just out here a lot in practice, weightlifting every single day. I'm at 4 different practices every single day. It's a lot of wear and tear, but it's what it is. I like it.
Okay, and now I ask everyone this question because we all know track athletes have to eat to fuel up properly. So what is your breakfast of champions?
Ooh, breakfast. That's not my thing. Personally not a breakfast person. I'm more of a big dinner, like 2,000 calories at least in my dinner. Like, I love that. Breakfast, I just don't like the mornings.
Wait, have you eaten yet today?
Oh yeah, I've eaten. I had a nice acai bowl for lunch. So.
All right, cool. Well, thanks so much.
What's up, San Diego? We're here with Carson Lippert, 11th grade LCC. You want to tell them the events that you do?
My main events are the 4 and 200, and I also do the 4x1 and the 4x4. Sometimes the 100.
Sometimes the 100 too. Well, number 3 in the county right now for this season in the 100. Number 1 in the county for the 400. You're all over the place sprint-wise. You said the 400 is your favorite?
Yeah. Well,
What's
not my favorite, but I'm best at the 400.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it that makes one lap around the track so tough?
It's kind of like it's an awkward distance where you can't completely sprint the whole thing, or you won't make it, and you don't want to go too slow, or else you get left behind.
Yeah.
So you have to have a lot of strategy on different parts of the race and how you want to run them. Yeah.
And you just told me right now you ran a 46 last year, and that's amazing. Where can you go? You're already winning all these track meets, getting all these invitation dubs. What are some goals for you this year?
Well, I don't really know specifically for my 400 goal. Time-wise, I'm kind of just going to see how the season goes and kind of set my goals off of how. I don't know, normally I set goals that aren't too hard to break, okay. And then once I get it, I set a new goal, and I just keep going. That's kind of what happened last year. And then the 200 though, I want my goal by the end of the season is to run in the 20s.
Wow. And I hear that you have a little brother that's a freshman.
Yeah.
And I've been told that as a freshman, he's better than you were when you were a freshman. Yeah. Who's better, you or your brother, as a freshman?
Aiden is my brother. Aiden. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's really fast. He's a lot stronger than I was freshman year. He works hard. So honestly, if he beats all of my times, eventually, just by the time he's a senior and stuff, beats all my times. I won't even care. It's just fun to race with him, you know?
Well, what a great big brother. And your coach actually wanted me to ask you, what's your favorite school subject?
Well, I haven't taken this class yet, but I think it's gonna be economics. But
Oh, he said that he wanted you to say AP US History. You have him for that?
okay. Yeah, Mr. Vice.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite teachers. He actually makes history really fun. So.
All right, that's enough from Carson, Lippert, and I. Thank you.
Guys, Mary York here with Ashley Learn, and I just realized that you're a, what grade?
I'm a 9th grader.
She's a freshman, and she just killed it out here with the mile, 5:29-ish, run sure the exact time. How do you feel?
I feel good. I do have goals though, so I'm just working hard and see if when I can get down to my goal of 5:15-ish.
5:15. And do you think you're going to be able to do that this season? You're going to go all the way?
I believe I can do it this year, but I mean, stranger things have happened, so.
Okay, so the mile is a long race, and most of us are like kind of cringy when we think about running anything longer than like 10 seconds. So my question is, what do you think about when you're running?
When I run, I usually just focus on my breathing and calming down, because if I get all stressed out, I'm gonna keep breathing harder and I'm just gonna lose my air because it's a long way to run.
Do you ever get bored?
Yeah, sometimes when you're by yourself and you're just running and working on your breathing, sometimes it's like, what do I do for the next 5 minutes?
Okay, so the big question here, and I've been asking everyone, we all know runners need to fuel up. So what is your breakfast of champions?
I'm not sure. Every day's different. Today I had cereal, so I mean whatever I can find in the fridge.
So you're a scavenger?
Yeah.
Okay, what cereal did you have?
I'm not sure, but my favorite is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, that's everyone's favorite. All right, there we go. Sponsorship from Cinnamon Toast. Thank you so much, Ashley.
No problem.
What's up, San Diego? We have another LCC run. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm McKenna Brown.
As senior here at LCC, and you know, you're not running the mile today, but you have a lot of success running the mile, back-to-back CIF champion. But state's on your mind this year. Talk a little bit about some of the goals you have for this season.
Yeah, so my main focus is on the end of the season in June, so I'm just gonna try to focus on staying healthy the whole season, and my goals are I was 5th last year in the state, so just if I can improve upon that, and I want to get under 450 for the miles.
Wow, that's very impressive. And you said that you came in 5th in state last year. What was that atmosphere like? Because every Thursday, I mean, I was just, you know, the dual meets, you know, every Thursday, kind of laid back. You're still competing, but kind of laid back. Invitationals even, that's a little bit more exciting. But wow, the state meet, how is that? Like, how does it feel to be like one of the top runners in the state?
Yeah, it's like the state meets like an experience unlike anything else. Like, it's just like just being up there with like the top runners, it's just incredible. And like last year I got like a 5-second personal best there, so I feel like just being with all the fastest girls in the states, like it like helps like pull you to a better time. So yeah, I just really am hoping that I make it there again this year and can improve on that.
And you're a very successful runner at the high school level.
Yeah.
San Diego
What are some like pre-run things that you do? And do you have any traditions that you do, like before every race I do this, or I eat this, or anything like that?
Yeah, I eat peanut butter toast before every single race.
Peanut butter toast, kids. If you want to have a great mile time, peanut butter toast. All right. Thank you so much for being with us, and good luck the rest of the season.